How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the world of Pokemon. My name is ProfNoki, and you're here once again for another edition of the news with Noki. And wow, I surely hope you all had the chance to check out yesterday's PlayStation 5 live reveal event, where they went over not only the console and controllers, as well as an entire host of accessories that will be available for the console, but also an entire host of brand new games, titles, and returning franchises that will be coming to the platform, console, and the brand new generation in general. Kicking things off today, we have to start out by discussing this brand new console, the controller design, the console design itself, and all of the accessories that they'll be selling alongside its release. Now, there has been a lot of people that have had mixed reviews about what they think of this console overall. Many people saying that it looks an awful lot like a Wi-Fi router, and then comparing the brand new Xbox to a mini fridge, which I think is just hilarious. But overall, in my honest opinion, I actually really like the sleek design, the fact that they went really slim with it instead of going more bulky like the Xbox did, and I don't mind the overall fins and the texture on the white part of it. It really overall looks like a modern and very sleek design in my opinion. But personally for me, where this console design really sells is in its controller design, which look very comfortable in your hand, have a soft grip-like texture, and support haptic feedback, as well as buttons that look very responsive. And all of the accessories that they showed off, including the controller charging station, the headphones, and the multimedia remote, all seemed sleek and extremely high quality in design. Now onto the games. They kicked the entire event off by bridging the gap between generations of PS4 and PS5 and showing off the expanded version of GTA 5. There were so many great games that were revealed during this event, many of which look to add brand new, fun, unique, and exciting new experiences to the PlayStation 5 and this overall brand new generation of games. I'll start things off today by running through a bulk of the games that definitely looked very intriguing, and many of which I could possibly see myself adding to my eventual collection. However, I wouldn't put these at the top of the games that really piqued my interest. And these would include games like Destruction All-Stars, Goodbye Volcano High, and Godfall, Hitman 3, NBA 2K21, Bugsnax, Deathloop, and Pragmata. And then next we had a number of different games that were definitely among those I was extremely excited to see, and I can't wait to add to my collection. However, these ones I still wouldn't quite put at the very top of the ones I was most thrilled to see. Games like Gran Turismo 7, which has always been one of my absolute favorite, very realistic driving simulators. And this brand new iteration of the franchise looks extremely sharp and responsive, with a beautiful world, and the cars look absolutely phenomenal. The developers also mentioned that there would be a brand new campaign mode that many die-hard and longtime fans would extremely enjoy. We also got to see the brand new game Returnal, which looks to be a very interesting take on the loop-based games it seems a lot of developers are trying to create, where it seems you're stuck in this continuous, never-ending, always changing world in which you die and then are restarted back in a brand new scenario to survive all over again. All the while unlocking all of these different elements to the growing storyline that you're uncovering. And it really does look to be a pretty intriguing game that I'm excited to see a bit more of. Next, for a very fun looking game, Sackboy Big Adventure, which of course is a successor to the original Little Big Planet, which of course are extremely fun takes on a 3D platforming game and sure to be fun for all of our inner Mario nerds. I also was extremely intrigued by Solar Ash. This game looks very open world yet story driven and has extremely interesting physics as well as gameplay, and honestly gave me a bit of a Breath of the Wild type feel in the way the game is completely stunning and breathtaking. Not to mention, this game has an amazingly beautiful and very unique art style that you don't see in many of the other games. We also had the reveal for Demon's Souls, which is a game I've actually never played before. However, this new game looks absolutely fantastic, and I'm really excited to see even more about it in the coming months. Then, for the games that I absolutely was thrilled to see, that I just can't wait to get my hands on, and the ones that honestly would make me want to buy this system all on their own. Some of these games hold a special nostalgic place in my heart, while other ones just look like fantastic brand new features for this console and the generation as a whole. First of all, for Spider-Man Miles Morales, and honestly there isn't really much to say about this one, except for of course they were gonna go this direction with the overall storyline, especially when they kind of led that direction in the first game. The only thing at this point that isn't exactly clear as to whether this is going to be a sequel, a spin-off, or some form of standalone game, though I'm sure there'll be even more information in the coming months as far as all of the details regarding this game are concerned. We also got to see the most recent adventure for Ratchet & Clank called Rift Apart, a game that I played generations ago in my earliest days as a gamer on the original PlayStation. And honestly, seeing where this franchise has now come to with this brand new multiverse jumping game, I am extremely impressed. There are practically no load screens whatsoever between all of the different multiverse worlds that you can instantaneously jump between. And not to mention the gameplay overall looks extremely fun, quirky, upbeat, and unique, and sure to keep players coming back for more and more. And on now to a game we really didn't get to see enough about called Project Athia, which honestly was extremely visually appealing, and on top of that included gravity-defying physics in its gameplay, as well as clever, quick, and strategic maneuvers for your player to have to execute in order to operate within the world. Then onto a game that I'm not afraid to admit at all, I'm definitely way too excited for, Stray. Just wow, what a unique, amazing, thought-provoking game this really looks like it could turn out to be. Seriously, the overall world, characters, and the cat itself look absolutely stunning and extremely mysterious as far as how this game will exactly play out. And I mean, come on, it has a kitty with a backpack, so my son's gonna be absolutely thrilled. Then on to an awe-inspiring game called Kena Bridge of Spirits. This is an extremely beautiful game with a compelling storyline and very cute characters throughout the entirety of this rich and lively world, with what appears to be a very unique and interesting combat and fighting style, and an overall theme that is sure to attract players of all ages. Next, for Oddworld Soulstorm. Yes! Such a unique and interesting, dark and twisted yet strategical type of game with a very beautiful and run-down, methodic world. And I really can't wait to see where the developers have taken the story and franchise in general, as this really does look like a return to form for the game on a whole, and I'm very excited to play it. And then for a brand new game that really caught my attention was Ghostwire Tokyo. This extremely creepy and terrifying yet uniquely amazing looking game seemed to include an extremely intuitive magic and combat fighting style, as well as graphics, story, and lore that is sure to captivate all players who love the punishment of being terrified the entire time you play. Which of course will be the theme of yet another game just a little bit further on this list. We also got to see a brand new mysterious game called The Far Shore. Is this an RTS? A brand new RTS? Planet exploration and settlement and all of the great things that we've wanted for all of this time to finally be developed for an RTS on a console? I have absolutely no idea because they really didn't give us any information at all except for a bunch of different scenes as it played out throughout the game. However, this looked truly amazing, and if this is indeed a real-time strategy game, much like Age of Empires and Rise of Nations, this could be truly amazing and a return to form for this kind of genre that we haven't seen in a long time. Onward now to Little Devil Inside, which is such a neat looking, very interesting art style type of game where it does indeed seem as though the overall open world adventure and story are intertwined seamlessly throughout. And although we didn't really get to see much of the world in general, it does seem to be absolutely huge, unique, and very variable no matter where you go, as we saw forests, bogs, cities, and all sorts of other landscapes throughout. Returning to that theme of absolutely terrifying yourself while playing a game, we had the reveal of Resident Evil 8 Village. Oh my gosh, does this game look absolutely amazing and terrifying. This honestly looks to be probably one of the most terrifying and sinister entries in this entire franchise. I have played through so many of the Resident Evil games throughout many of my years of gaming, and I cannot think of a much better setting and overall dark, twisted concept for a Resident Evil game that I've ever seen before. Not to mention graphically, the game looks absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to see even more of how dark and twisted they've taken this game. Then finally, for the game that they ended the entire reveal with, of course, Horizon: The Forbidden West. And that's because this game looks absolutely astonishing and definitely maximizes all of the use of the PS5's amazing hardware to create a stunning world that is full of life and lively, flourishing oceans and landscapes and characters that look so realistic. It's amazing. Not to mention, much like with the first iteration of this franchise, this game includes an extremely compelling, overwhelmingly emotional storyline of humanity in the brink of survival. And honestly, every single one of these games that I just listed, I cannot wait to dive into and experience firsthand, as I am hoping to get my hands on a PS5 so that our family can enjoy many of these amazing and vivid experiences on this brand new platform and generation for all gamers. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Also, drop a like to show your support and subscribe to check out even more of my content. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Professor Noki signing out once again for Noki Talks.